Hey mates, I'm Alex.
And I'm Gaston.
Welcome to Power Mates.
This is the place to learn and share about Fabric and Power Platform. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel with your friends and colleagues.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to share the latest announcement that came out few days back on the Power BI April 2024 edition.
Yeah, right on, Alex. Let's check on some of the latest features that just announced and spotlight some of them. Remember that you can always check, and let's go to my machine to share some of the features that the product team announced here in this blog article.
Okay, let's try to track some of those announcements, Gaston. Any highlight from your perspective?
Yeah, let's focus on the following ones. Let me head back to my machine and start sharing some of those insights. Remember that in the Power BI blog, you can check on all the feature summary. Of course, remember that the Fabric conference just happened kind of few weeks back, and you can access right now to the keynote that is available via YouTube channel. You can check also in and download, of course, the latest Power BI desktop from April, and you have all the contents, from reporting, from service, from mobile, from the visualization layer. You can check on all updates in the official YouTube channel, and there's a lot of new insights and new features coming on this latest announcement. In this case, we are going to be focused on three major announcements. One of them is storytelling in PowerPoint. Second one is supporting folders and subfolders in workspaces. And then we are going to switch and share the Power BI desktop copilot. So let's head over there and let's start with PowerPoint. So I'm going to open my PowerPoint just from scratch here. And remember that, first of all, there's a lot of things coming into the Power BI experience for Power BI users. So starting with, if you want to share your Power BI report, you can go to the Insert pane, go to the Power BI add-in here. You can, of course, connect with your ID into your Power BI tenant. After you access to your credentials, you can go ahead and add the URL here. If you want to check for that URL, you can come back to your uh, tenant. In my case, I am in the Power BI tenant. I'm going to grab this URL from one of the reports that I have up and running, going back to PowerPoint, paste my URL, and insert that in my PowerPoint deck. Of course, here you have all the interactions. You can filter by the pane, or you can click on any of the slides, or you can filter any of your data. There's a whole dynamic interaction between your report here, so you can interact with your report and click in any of these metrics, and it's going to be dynamically changing that for you. Couple of things in terms of storytelling with Power BI here. Uh, First of all, I'm going to be checking, and let me do this and switch to this pane over here, where you can use this pane. And from this pane, you can see that there's one of the things here that is saying I'm interacting with live data. So anytime the report is going to change in your service, it's going to be updating this pane. But you can click on this option here, and you can showcase, and let me go back here. The live data is saying, hey, you are showing interactive Power BI data to people with existing access. So if you share this PowerPoint deck, let's say I'm sending this to Alex, and Alex doesn't have the required access to Power BI to see this report, this slide is not going to show anything at all to Alex. In the second option here, if I grab this option and say, hey, I would love to switch this to a snapshot, right away, I cannot click any more on the slide because this is just an image and I don't have any kind of interaction over this one. But again, if I send this deck to any of my colleagues, if they don't have access to this Power BI report, they are not going to see even the image itself. And then there's another option over here that if I go to the other pane that is public snapshot, as you can see, you can show an image of Power BI data to people with access to this deck. So in this case, doesn't require access to Power BI, that require only access to the PowerPoint deck. So those are three different options. Here you have another great option that is you can show or hide the filter pane of the report. You can bring some AI for the data insights, and then you can also refresh to get the latest data from Power BI. So let's see data insights, and you can create in top of your report an AI summary of your Power BI report. So in this case, it's going to go ahead and create some summary pane based on the interactions and based on the data that you have in your report. In this case, you can see that is giving me all these kind of interactions or summarization based on the report that we have here. We can paste this on the slide and you can see that I can only access, and you can check all the dynamics in terms of shaping the report. Not only shaping the report, also that you're getting this summary pane right away from your Power BI report. So that's pretty much what is coming on this layer and this Power BI add-in. The team is keep adding more and more features for those users that they want to interact with Power BI via PowerPoint.
This one is really interesting. Huh? It's like super
Yeah, this
useful
is
for
great,
create
great deal.
presentations. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's great deal for business users.
yeah, exactly.
The other topic is, and this is something that in the ideas.powerbi.com came for last few years now, and actually there's a lot of interaction right away at this point. That is, if you go to your workspace, in this case we have a PowerMates workspace coming into our tenant, and you can see now that you have these interactions where you can start creating not only folders, also if you click in any of these folders, you can click on any of these, you can interact with all of them, but you can also see that I have subfolders. So in my case, I create a folder for Power BI reports, and then by business units, I create one for HR, another for supply chain, and so on. And you can see all the interactions that I can get from the creation of folders and subfolders in my workspace. And you can split of course, any logical way to interact with all the artifacts within your Fabric or Power BI workspace. That is the next one. The last but not least section, let's go over to Power BI Desktop. And I am going to be opening my Power BI Desktop session here. I have a sample data. In the right, you can see all financials data with bunch of different fields that I can leverage to use on my report. But the most important thing is how you can leverage Copilot with your Power BI Desktop session here. Couple of things that I would love to recall. First of all, I need to go to the File menu over here. I'm going to go to, first of all, this option around About, and then if I click on this one, I see that I have my April edition on this one.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be doing another thing here, that is going again to file and click on options on this screen. And in the options, remember that you can click on options in top of this, and you can see in the left pane that I can interact. And remember this, Alex, because I love to try and try preview versions of everything. That's why I check on all the boxes here. That is because I really love to try the latest announcement from Power BI. But one of the great deals here is this one. The last one is you can interact and enable Copilot chat pane in your report view. And as well, I have this option in the left pane here to enable Copilot. Remember that in our previous videos, we check on what looks like to
Yeah.
interact and enable Copilot in your Power BI tenant. After you do this, kind of the main deal is go into your Power BI desktop session, and in the top of your screen, you're going to be able to see the Copilot option over there. And with Copilot, you can start interacting and create content based on your data or based on your semantic model. So in this case, I'm going to suggest content for this report. I'm going to create a temporal sales trend, and I'm going to hit on create option, and it's going to be checking on the dataset model, and it's going to be provide for me a whole page, in this case to uh, the creation of a track sales trends over time and month and year, and it's going to be creating a whole page interactive on my end. So in this case, is operating, is calling the copilot to create that page, and going to see the results right away on this page.
Yeah. Here we are.
And here we have the Power BI report based on trends, sales over time by month and by year. So pretty much you can interact. Here we have the country, you have the segment, and you can, of course, interact with this report in Power BI Desktop. That's all now.
That's awesome, Gaston. That's awesome. That's pretty good features that we all can to test right now. So remember to update your version of the Power BI desktop application, and then you can activate the new features and test it all. So okay, Power Mates, that's all for today's video. Leave some of your comment, like this video if you want us to continue, showcasing features and upcoming videos.
Yes, stay tuned because we are coming with more in-depth insights, tutorials, and exciting news here in our channel.
As usual, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and join us on this journey.
Together, let's unlock the full potential on Power Platform and Microsoft Fabric.
Yeah.